What is going on, my people? Oh my God, it's been such a long time. It's been 4 long months, but we are back with another episode of the Pregame Podcast. My name is Wole, your host. I am here with my amazing co-host, Queen Cheeks is to my left. How are you, Cheeks? How are you, Queen?
The long pause.
I had to. It's been a long time.
It has been a long time.
How are you?
I'm good.
Skin glowing.
I'm good.
Melanin popping.
I'm good. You know what it is?
What is it?
When you set boundaries with folks.
There you go.
You just have a different kind of...
Yo, shout out to boundaries. Look at that. Look at boundaries, man.
It took that much time.
How many people did you have to set boundaries with, though?
I had to cut off a few people, and then
you cut
everyone else I had to set boundaries with. Everyone that's still standing, I had to set boundaries.
So high, low, more than 10 people you cut off?
Nah, I cut off probably like 3. 3 people.
And then everyone else got the boundaries.
Everyone had
line drawn in the sand. You cross this line.
No one's
not even the kids.
Kids ain't even exempt. I had to set boundaries.
Good. I'm proud of you. That's what's up, man. I love that.
Yep.
Yeah, we here. Cass, unfortunately, is out. She has food poisoning. Cass, we love you. Okay, we want you to rest up. Sending you positive energy, all of that shit.
Absolutely.
Can't wait for you to see this beautiful new space that we're in. We're in a new space, Cheeks.
I love it.
I'm excited.
Like I feel like magic's about to happen.
Dog. I love the new space that we're in. I love the gentlemen who own it. One of the brothers I went to high school with. Shout out to, Raul. Shout out to Angel and Los, even though I haven't met you yet, brother. But Raul and I, we went to the Met. Shout out to P Street. Yeah. We was outside.
You don't have to say how many years back, but I know this is way back.
It was a long time ago, yo. I'll say it. I'm not ashamed of my age. This is 2002 for him, 2003 for me. Like, he's 06. I'm 07. I don't have no shame in that. Like, yeah, you a little nigga. You young.
I'm not far behind, but
you 32. Like what are you, 31?
I'm 32.
32?
Cut that part out.
Yeah, you a little nigga. You ain't that old, bro. You still young.
But connecting back with them got us here.
Yo, connecting back with Raul got us here. And the way that I love the universe so much because the way that it all came about, when I saw this being promoted, when they first opened, I did not know who owned the space. I only saw images. I saw a conversation podcast studio. And I'm like, because you know me, my brain is always thinking about where can we bring the pregame? Not mad at our last setup, but there was just a certain level of comfortability that we didn't have, that we had with the collaborative club in the space before that. So I was like, yo, I was trying to figure it out. I was like, somebody in Rhode Island has to be doing this.
Right.
Not only is somebody in Rhode Island doing it, but it's somebody that I was already connected to from adolescence. It's somebody that I always had good rapport with. Stand-up dude, sweetheart as a youngin'. Sweetheart as a man. I respect him as a father. I respect him as a husband. I respect him as a human being. And I respect his partners as well. So, and his space is beautiful. And these are our colors. White, black, and red is our shit. This is our shit.
It couldn't have came together.
That's what I'm saying. Yeah. When we get a little banner and put it behind my head, nigga, it's up. It's up. I can't wait. So shout out to the Conversation Studio Pod, man. We excited to be here. We're going to have a special guest that's filling in for Cass, but he's not replacing you, Cass. He's not replacing you, Cass.
Never.
He's not replacing you, Cass. We just, new space, first episode in the new space.
We're bringing back guests. That's so
yeah.
We have to bring that energy back.
Yeah, and he's never been here before. Well, he's been on a version of the pregame before, but you've never met him.
Okay.
Neither has Cassie. So you can interview him.
Okay.
I'm going to toss that to you. You can interview him, ask him whatever questions you want.
I don't know him at all. I got questions already.
Hey, facts. So when he gets here, we'll introduce him. But I have a. Do you want to do check-in first, or do you want to start with questions? It's up to you. What do you want to do? Do you want questions?
It's been so long. I don't want that check-in to go on and on.
It's not going to go on. My check-in is going to be quick. I love titties, and I need to find out a way to be able to suck on breasts with, pay cash if I need to.
We're going to start with the check-in then, because I want to, no.
You already, no. I'm going to get my shit off.
Please.
I'm going to get my shit off. I love breasts, and I need to figure, it can't, not a strip club, just a place where you pay to literally almost like a man who wants to milk a woman fetish.
Oh, you want?
Not to do that. But not to do that though. Just to if you had a fetish for breast milk, but I don't have a fetish for breast milk. I have a fetish for sucking breasts.
Okay.
So I want there to
I'm not judging you
I
when
think
I'm laughing.
something needs to happen in the atmosphere, in like the universe, where there's a nightlife venue that allows you to go in there. You pay like $50 and you can suck titties for like 5 minutes.
But like,
I think that should be a thing.
I get it, but you excluded the strip clubs. I feel like there's,
but you can't really do. So here's the thing,
you gotta build a rapport, right?
So, exactly,
and trust.
And that takes a lot.
It does.
That takes a lot of time, a lot of money. I'm trying to bypass all that
right away. Like
the women who are down, who likes getting their breasts sucked, who like getting their titties sucked,
they line it up. You make your pick.
No, they open the spot. You open it. You like getting your titties sucked, but you don't want to give respect to all
the way your DMs might flood when this releases is gonna be crazy.
It's first off, thank you for manifesting that for me, right? That's number one. Anytime. That's number one. But number two, I'm dead serious. Like, there needs to be that needs to be a thing, because that's one of my favorite reasons to go to the strip club. My first reason to go to the strip club is to have banter with all the women that work there, from the bartender to the masseuse to the dancers, because they all try to get, when you're handsome, and we already talked about this.
I love strip clubs. I do.
I know.
Really
listen,
I do.
We never ran a 2-man either. What you doing after this?
Honestly, I don't have no plans.
The kids are accounted for?
Kids are accounted for.
You might have to run a 2-man. We'll drop the car. We'll drop your car off and wrap. We might have to run a 2-man. I went last night. I went to Foxy last night.
Did you?
Specifically so I could suck titties. And I sucked some, and it was amazing. I had a blast. But what?
You have a preference for like real breasts? Doesn't matter?
Literally yesterday was Breast Cancer Awareness Month. All boobies matter.
Okay. All right, we're not gonna do the division.
A cup, B cup, C cup, D cup.
I just meant like
you talk about
real breasts versus.
Oh no, I don't like fake titties.
Oh, okay.
Get them the fuck out of here. Get them out of here. Along with fake butts and fake stomachs and
all natural.
The shinier the skin is, the faker it is, and I'm good.
I felt offended, but because
no, your melanin.
You said I was shiny, so.
But no.
But I'm not. I get where you're going. So never mind. I take it back. I'm not offended.
Jatia, you know.
I don't have a fake body.
Your melanin has always popped. Since you was a 16-year-old young woman, your melanin has always glistened. Nigga, you used to look like a piece of flank steak in the sun during them summers. Sizzling. Both of us. Sizzling.
That's what it was.
Chop, chop,
chippity chop. What are you doing?
Hey, stop.
But
yo, since then.
So
yes.
When it's shining like that, you know it's fake. You stay away from it.
You can
go
tell.
for the mall. There's a
I need real breasts, bro. Because the skin is stretched out. So you can put whatever you put in it, whatever you stuffing in there.
Yeah.
I don't like that. I like nice, natural skin, meaty titties.
Okay.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
That's my bag. But if you got A cups, mama, I'm not gonna discriminate. Because I respect you for walking through life with them little fucking mosquito bites on your chest. Now, you know what I'm saying? And so,
yeah,
this might be TMI, but my new favorite dancer at Foxy got no titties. A cups, just.
It's something about
mine are bigger than hers.
Is it her or is it? I mean,
it's something about her.
Because
it's something about
sexy
her.
Is an energy, and
exactly.
She exudes it.
She exudes it.
See?
And I don't know what.
I love that. I'm excited.
I don't know what it is. Huh?
I want to go so you can.
We're
see
going tonight.
Okay.
We're going tonight. We're gonna wrap this shit up early. We're gonna run the 2. I'm so excited to run the 2-man with you. You have no idea. We never ran the 2-man.
I've had some.
I ran it with Cass before I ran it with you. That's how you know you fucking up in life.
I know.
I ran the 2-man with Cassie before I ran it with you.
She had fun. She enjoyed it.
I paid for her to get a dance and all that.
Yeah.
When you come out with me,
But did she enjoy it? Is what I'm asking.
She was ready to go outside and dance and shake her own ass, but she didn't not appreciate beautiful women shaking theirs.
Okay,
you know what I mean?
Good.
I can't speak on her experience. All I can tell you is that,
Yeah, y'all went and had a time.
We went. I was, she met me there, and I was like, oh, what's up? Da, 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 da. Hey, what you need? You need a drink? Bow, here's a drink, nigga. Hey, you want a massage? Bow, hey.
Right.
Rub her down. $20?
Them strip club massages be Just
not like they don't even go to school for it.
I know, that's the crazy thing, but they're so good.
Did you used to give those?
No, never.
Okay, so you was just getting to the money. You was top of the food chain.
I'm there for the bag. Big bag.
It's
like if I went back, because I left, right? I left that game, left the club. But if I ever went back at my age, not that I'm old, but like.
You look younger than some of the girls I saw in there that are young yesterday. You look way better.
But I'm kind of pushing that like massage girl. Like I'm pushing it. So
wait, so that's a thing?
That's a thing. Like there's tiers. Like you it's kind of a phase out. I can't even say a lot. Some women who used to be dancers and may have felt like, all right, me, I have a family, I got a husband. I like the fast money and I like to be in here. I like the lifestyle it provides. I'll just do massages. I'm still in here, but I'm not in here. I'm not shaking out.
So some of the massage girls used to be dancers and they phased out or aged out for one reason?
It could be morals. It could, and it might not necessarily be age or whatever, but I feel like, yeah.
Yo, that's fascinating that's how it's tiered up.
But it's very sensual, those massages too. There's a certain, it would make sense if you.
Yeah.
You know, the skill that.
You know what's crazy? So yesterday, there's a massage lady at Foxy that's 39 years old. Mm-hmm. Two twin girls, right? She very much looks 39, but she does look good for 39, right. Whatever, older black woman, right? And
I know exactly what you're talking about. That's funny.
Her ass looks fake. We had a whole 10-minute conversation on whether or not her ass is real. And she's like, everyone says my ass is fake and it gets me so mad. And I'm like, mama, your ass is fake. It don't look real. And if it is real, then if twins do that to your ass, right. Slow clap.
You know what I miss about the club?
What you miss?
The freedom it provides.
In terms of what?
Like,
what does that mean?
So I've spent I started a part-time, aside from my business, I started part-time in February.
Yep.
And I'd be in there all week. Mm-hmm. You know what I mean? Sometimes 5 hours, sometimes 8, whatever. But like, I'm in there every day.
Yep.
And at the end of the week, I get a check, which is what most people,
that's
how it works.
That's what we got to do.
Very normal for the average person.
Yep.
Nah. I look at the check and I'm like, damn, this is one day's work.
Yeah.
In the strip club.
Yo.
You know what I mean? Like, and then the rest of the week, I would be able to like take care of whatever. Like I could go walks on the boulevard. I could go to the gym. I could like, you could take classes. You could fucking get time, whatever you want to do.
Whatever you want to do during the day.
Whatever you're able to. Mm-hmm. And so I miss the freedom it provided.
Yo, I wish I could be a male stripper for like 3 months.
We don't have nothing like that.
I know. I wish
probably privately. There's a lot of stuff that I'm not even tapped into that I.
But only for women though, because I know there's a lot of down low dudes out here that got good bodies that are out here doing bi shit, and I'm not doing that. But I would just so I can experience the money.
Yeah.
For like, not even 3 months, a week, because I don't think I'm built for it. I don't think I'm built for it.
I think so.
I couldn't do all of this.
Consistently. You're gonna be done.
You're gonna be over. I can't do that sober. So if I'm working the weekend, Thursday through Sunday,
you're fucked up the whole weekend, and then you're gonna need.
I'm just gonna be dusty. I'm just gonna be out here looking a mess. But I wanna do. I would like if you can like. So that's the type of undercover boss I want to do. I want to own a strip club. I want to own a chain of them. I want to own a chain of strip clubs, and I want to go in and work as a dancer.
Okay.
I want to work I want to be a bartender.
So you get
at one of them. Yep. I want to see the pressure of making a drink. You make me a Manhattan. Okay. You know what I'm saying? I want to be a massage. Yeah. I want shirts off. Okay, well, shirts off is going to cost you $50. All right. I want all of it. The little servers, same shit. I want all of that, yo. Dancer, get on that pole. I don't even know. I don't even know.
It's just gonna come to you. You never know. But I look at like the body I had then. I look back and I'd be like, yo, where was the confidence? It was probably just necessity or like need.
It was survival.
Right?
Survival.
But you know what? I always say no because I could have done anything else. I could have started a business then. I could have went and worked at McDonald's. Like for what you do for survival, I could have made plates. You know what I mean? Like you always.
But ultimately, why did you decide that route? And then that's part one. And then the second part is when you knew you was gonna fucking kill it and you was smoking this. when did it click? How long did it take for it to click?
Honestly, I was working for I was doing medical billing at the time, and I wasn't happy with like the time. I think at the time my daughter was probably 6 months old.
Yep.
I had my son, so I had 2 kids, and then I had a little cousin living with me. She was probably there for like 3 or 4 months, and they're all different ages. I got to drop one off at elementary school, this one to daycare, this one. It was just crazy, and I was doing it all by myself. And you get out of work, and it's like you got a couple hours. I gotta help this one with homework. I gotta cook dinner. I gotta pick them up. It was just too much.
Yeah, hell yeah. That's a lot of responsibility.
So thinking like, all right, like we're not blind to like how people make money and what's out there. I was just like, yo, I'm just gonna try it. And I remember like auditioning at, I think it was Caddy at the time, and
smoked it.
Like right away, they was like, because again, they're looking more like appearance.
Yeah, you gotta look good. You
have to really dance.
You gotta look good.
Rhythm, but you
gotta look good, bro.
And they was just like, yeah, you got it. Like there's nothing, you know what I mean? You
didn't even get on the.
Barely did anything.
They didn't even
like,
ask you the 2-step.
Like, came with my
they looked at you like, oh yeah, you got it, girl. When can you stop?
What it was is, I remember the house mom, like she had me go up there and like audition, and there were 2. They were bikers. They were from one of the local biker gangs, and they were talking to her, chat out like they were clearly friends of hers.
Yep.
But they were so interested in me that she was like, this works. Like you're not even working, not even hired yet, but the way you've got their attention, you're good. I remember I went 3 times that week, like after work, like I was working my regular job, so I didn't quit. And I just, when I count, like what I made in the club was literally like almost 4 times what I made at work. In 3 quick shifts. Like it wasn't like it was, you know what I mean, a full 8 hours or nothing like that.
Was you on the main stage or just doing dances?
It's always a combination because they call you to when you're you do a shift, they're gonna call you to the main stage anyway. But this was like a Monday, a Wednesday, and like a Friday.
Wow. A Monday and a Wednesday, dog?
Monday, Wednesday, Friday is what I used to work on. So,
yeah, I need to.
you know what I mean? Yeah. I made 4 times what I made at my regular job, and I was so stressed out that I was like, you mean I could work 3 days a week, have more time to like catch up and like do, you don't have to like, I don't need anybody to convince me to do it. I was sold. Like
that's crazy.
But God bless. Stress and just, you know what I mean? I had a lot to take care of then.
Oh, for sure. For sure.
And it's fun.
Yo, it's a blast.
It's a blast. I can't wait to go. Like I'm ready.
It's a blast. Fellas, my phone is vibrating. So that means this guy's here. Can we pause? Can we still keep going? All right, my brother.
So this is what happened, right? Because, and he knows, I'm not a roaster. Like, I don't be roasting like that. He roasts, I laugh. But you know who's scared to roast? Thompson's scared to roast him because Thompson was roasting him.
He probably knows a lot of Thompson's secrets. That's
all
fine.
of them.
No, you know what's crazy?
I know all his secrets too.
Okay.
So when he got back in the car.
All his secrets too. These niggas don't know nothing about me that I don't show them.
Thompson, it is crazy. His energy, when we went to the car, his energy shifted. Because the whole ride up, he was like, well, they got to stop doing that. He be kissing bitches when he gets drunk. So he's the one that's telling me that. I'm like, oh, word? I'm like, yeah, you know what this nigga was
But you offered up the story, nigga.
I did.
Don't try to stir
No, I did.
You see? Jamal got light-skinned nigga energy, dog. He was like, yeah, yep. Oh, word? He be doing that a lot? You are the one who told him what I did the night before.
I was like, word, he be doing that? I said, bet, I'm going to tell him, right? So he gets in the car, I said, yo, and I'm just teasing him. I'm like, yo, you got to stop kissing these bitches when you get drunk. And so Tom says, quiet. He ain't want to say nothing. He's the one that brought it up. But I'm like, cool, I'm going to just, mess with him. He got mad. I didn't
get mad. I said, oh, so you niggas is talking crazy. First I can't say, so you just gonna talk about some shit that happened when he wasn't even there and just offer up my business? That was number one. Then I went in on cool. I'm like, nigga, who are you? I know you ain't talking. I know you ain't talking.
Have you worked on this?
Worked on what? I'm always gonna kiss a woman in a club. Unless I'm in a relationship.
It's habitual.
I'm always gonna do it. Just like I'm going to go to the strip club and pay to suck some tits. It's going to happen.
Okay.
Look, here's the thing.
You know who you are, and I love it.
Yo, bro.
You are who you are.
I have no shame.
Right.
Unless I do something that is 1,000,000% against my moral high ground and my values, then, yes, I have some reflection to do.
Right.
Doug, I just tried to do stand-up on shrooms this past Sunday.
How'd that go?
Yo.
Terrible.
Nah.
I blanked out.
Yo. Where did you hold on? You said this somewhere.
Chocolates or what? Like
the chocolates.
Yeah.
I had the other 6 pieces of a bar, right? And it was a free comedy show for OG that passed away a couple weeks ago from the East Side. And they were throwing a benefit for him, a benefit that costs no money. So I don't know how that works. But I'm not trying to get beat up by any East Side OGs,
Don't
but
do it.
that's what it was, right?
She said, "Don't do it."
I was the first comic. My man Black Sav, shout out to Black Sav. He hit me up 2 days before, said, "Yo, I'm doing this thing on Sunday. Can you come through? Just be funny." Da, da, da. I said, "I got you." I was already planning on doing shrooms. My goal in life.
This wasn't your first time, was it?
Yo, wild.
No,
Okay.
6th or 7th.
He's violent.
Sixth time.
At 38.
35.
You said he's wild.
Shrooms are, first off, shrooms are amazing.
I tried him for the first time this year. So
when? After July?
Niggas are
the
wild.
summer?
Yo.
I might have even maybe
we got to do
before
them
then.
together. You and
Maybe
I will have
before
an
then.
amazing co-trip. But don't knock it till you try it, Coach Diggs.
How much do you take though? Because
I do it to trip.
How many bars are you taking?
It was 12 bar.
Right.
I took 6 3 weeks ago, and I took the other 6 this past Sunday.
Oh.
So where did
most I ever done was
where
3.
did you say this at? And I thought
say what?
You said something about this, like how like you tried shrooms a couple days ago, and I thought he was just
no. I said I did shrooms, not tried. I tried shrooms like fucking 3 years ago.
So I heard this somewhere. I don't know if it was I don't know if I heard you walking by saying this, and I'm like, this nigga is just.
Shrooms is incredible, bro. It's not what you think.
You thought he was what?
I thought he was just joking.
Oh.
No.
But then I'm like,
bro, I'm not. I'm a very open-minded person. Listen, bro. When you so first off, for the folks out here, that don't know the power of psychedelics, magic mushrooms is an isolation drug. You should never take them to go out and party. You should never take them to go out and do some reckless shit. You should only ever take them if you're going to put yourself in isolation, either solo by yourself or with people that you know will not be able to get any kind of emotional rise out of you and actually brings peace and tranquility and zen to your life. If you do shrooms around people that frustrate you, you are going to have a horrible experience on shrooms. And that's what Sunday was. That was the first time I did shrooms around people. I did it intentionally to see how I would be able to react because before I've done a lot of my comedy shows, not all, but 80%, you have a drink or two, you pregame and all of that shit to get the jitters out and all of that stuff.
So your mind's good.
Yeah, well, so you don't give a fuck about what you say when you're on the stage.
Right.
And every comic has this story. I'm not unique in any way, but that's what it is. People use alcohol to take away the anxiety, to take away the jitters. I'm never nervous. I'm always anxious because I just want to be on the stage.
You're ready to get it over.
The anticipation is what fucks with me.
Okay.
Because I know my shit is funny. I know when I get on when I get on stage and that first joke hit, I'm good. My shoulders go down. You can even watch. My shoulders go down. I relax.
You're in your zone.
You've been to my show, so you know how it goes, right? Once that first joke hits, it's a wrap. But on shrooms, it's different because
you're in your head.
You're in your head. For everything, though.
I know.
Everything that you've ever done in your life, everything that you've ever thought of, person that you're hallucinating on top of it. And you're hallucinating on top of that. So I'm at a free comedy benefit for somebody who passed away in front of a bunch of OG Eastside people that I don't know. On the strength of a relationship that I have with my big bro, who I put him on the comedy.
I know.
He ain't Black Sav without me. You know what I'm saying? And this is not no slight or whatever. Like, he was June Brome before me. He was already that guy with jewelry and merch and everything. Like creative genius.
All over the
creative genius. And then he rebranded himself for the stand-up as Black Sav, and he's been smoking it. But his brand of comedy, I've already talked about this a bunch of times. He's a roaster. He writes. Obviously, he has to write. But he'll roast the crowd and do that for 15, 20 minutes before he even tells a joke. I'm not like that.
Yeah.
I have bits. I have premises that I wrote that I want you to, so I was on Scar's side in The Lion King. I really empathized with Scar. Like, Simba was on some bullshit. Like, Simba is the reason why his father is dead. Legit. If you think about how Simba was acting around his uncle with no kind of No, little nigga, you have no skin in the game. You out here talking about.
He was doing the most.
Bro, hey, Uncle Scar, I'm going to be the king one day. This nigga's walking around with his shoulders up and shit. And I'm like, what? And Scar, you got to think about Scar. Scar has been.
He was jealous.
Scar has been the second fiddle to his older brother who's more handsome, light skin, right? He gets all the bitches. He gets all the bitches. He gets all the women because he is the alpha in the pack. Scar is the beta. So Scar probably had a crush on Sarabi, never could get Sarabi because Mufasa exists.
Right.
All of this shit. So for all his life, he's second fiddle to Mufasa. And then he has a fucking son. If he doesn't have a son, he can probably be the next king. But now he got to worry about his punk ass nephew. And not only does he have to worry about his punk ass nephew, but his punk ass nephew has no respect. He was, hey, Uncle Scar, I'm going to be the king one day. If I was Scar, dog, I understand why he had his brother got.
You're playing devil's advocate right now.
No, I'm not playing devil's advocate. Yeah. I empathize with Scar. Yeah. Scar had a reason to get his brother killed and to almost...
Scar should have sought help. Because
what's he gonna go to a lion therapist, nigga? What the fuck are you talking about? Yes. What are you talking about?
That hatred and that jealousy and that I understand it, but you don't have to act on that.
You do if you're a lion.
No,
nigga, these are not people. He's a lion. There ain't no lion. So who we gonna talk to? Rafiki? He gonna go to the tree and talk to Rafiki.
So now we gotta use lion logic to get
my nigga. Stop.
Right. Lion logic is why he did what he did.
But that's my favorite.
I understand it. Do I agree with it? No.
That's one of my favorite jokes, and I could not think of it. That's the point. I could not think of it. That's one of my go-tos because everybody has watched The Lion King. White, black, brown, Puerto Rican.
I hurt for you because that
after you took the shrooms.
You've never had that kind of experience.
After you took the shrooms,
was that?
No, I was on the shrooms already. I was in. First off, black people. I'm looking in the camera. You have to do better. We as a collective have to do better. This show was supposed to start at 7:30. Did you know it started at 10 o'clock?
That's wild.
I took the shrooms before I left my house. So, and the shrooms take about 40 minutes to kick in because I'm 250 pounds. By the time the shrooms kicked in, right?
You're at that analytical stage.
I done already dapped up the owner. I done already head nodded a bunch of strangers that I don't know. I don't know none of these people. And then when the shrooms kicked in, I'm like, fuck. I went into the corner and I sat down at a little table because there's a bunch of shops in this little mall.
It's tripping.
And I'm just, bro, you cannot control your body when you're on shrooms. Once you're locked in, you're locked in.
Yeah, that's why I said
they had an art gallery in the bathroom, nigga. There was a painting with six circles. It was a silver canvas with six circles. One of the circles was a darker silver. One of them was like an aqua blue. The other one was a navy blue. And then it was the same pattern in reverse on the bottom. So the navy blue was over here.
Side, right?
The aqua blue. The silver, dog, those waves, and it was a spiral, but it was made to look like waves, and them waves was fucking moving, bro.
You on some Friday shit.
For like 10 minutes, dog. Got out of the bathroom. And when you walk by something that catches around your shoes because everything's moving, you're like, I walk back and I'm just like this, bro. Yo, these waves.
It could have really been 30 seconds, but it feels like forever because I feel like time stops. Like, I swear to God.
And then you start sweating. And
how you know? You ain't never did shrooms.
I'm good.
You gotta do
That's why I'm good.
You gotta do them. You gotta do them.
I don't like smoking weed.
You gotta do shrooms. You gotta.
No.
Bro.
Why does he got to?
He has to because it helps with reflection. Some people don't go far enough with their personal reflection. Like the goals that you have set for yourself, Jamal, whatever they are, there are certain things and certain goals and objectives that you haven't thought of because you haven't done shrooms. It unlocks a different part of your brain. Like even the way that I act sober now, I'm a different man and a different human because of shrooms. I've seen some shit.
Disagree?
She only did it once, so she can't speak.
No, I didn't do it once.
You did it. You did it multiple times.
I did it multiple times, but I only took out 2 to 3 bars.
You gotta go 6.
I can't.
You gotta go 6. Go 6 with me. I'll buy a bar. We'll split it in half. We'll take 6 each, right? And we'll go to the woods, or we'll go to fucking Johnson Memorial Park or something like that.
To the trees.
Sounds crazy.
Dog.
So this is what happened.
Doing shrooms with your shoes off, standing in grass is probably
grounding, right?
You ground on shrooms, my nigga. You won't feel like Jesus.
My freshman year when I went to J-Will in Colorado, one of my boys from Washington. This is why I never did shrooms. He said he did shrooms. He was a little bit older, like 3 years older than me. I was like 18, 19 at the time. He said, "Oh, you do shrooms?" He goes, "You go outside?" He said the trees are gonna start colliding. The trees.
No.
Listen. He's like, and you're gonna look at the trees and like the trees are gonna be talking to you, and you're gonna be talking back to the trees.
It all depends.
And I'm like,
he said it all depends. He didn't really say no. It just all depends.
It all depends.
And I'm like, I'm all set with that.
I don't like persuading people.
Bro, it all depends. First off,
I'm not gonna say to do it.
I fuck with her.
I'm not gonna persuade you to do drugs.
I fuck
it's
with
not a drug. It's a psychedelic. It's natural. They're old mushrooms that have been on the earth forever. What are you talking about? Like, psilocybin is something that we have in our body. We just don't have enough of it we have in our brain. We just don't have enough of it to hallucinate and experience what we experience on shrooms. Psilocybin is a natural drug. It's a natural chemical. So like, that's another thing too. Like, weed is also natural. It's from the earth and it produces whatever when you light it on fire, right? But shrooms is the same shit. It's not a drug. It's not some man-made pill.
Is it legal?
Shrooms are legal in a bunch of states, just not in Rhode Island. But once they are, would you take them? Nigga, they got shroom tablets. They got shroom chocolates, tablets, all that shit.
I still see it as drugs, though.
It's a drug.
Yeah.
It's a drug.
Right.
It's a drug, but it's all natty.
Right. I know that.
It ain't fucking penicillin, nigga.
No,
did you get your hair cut after you did the shrooms or before?
Wow.
You see how we be trying to take jobs?
Now
this is why.
You know why?
Why?
One, because it looked like you cheated on your barber.
No.
Your shit clean.
No, my shit's always clean. My barber's amazing.
Your shit clean this week.
Yeah.
I'm having a hard time figuring. So is that a diss to his barber or
right?
to you? Who are you dissing?
My shit's always
Make
clean,
it clear.
Bro. I'm not dissing.
In the mic. Who are you dissing?
I'm not dissing.
Say what you
that was a diss.
I always tell him, do I not always tell you, yo, you clean cut this week? But he got his shit lowered today. He
went lower because I asked him to go lower.
And it's clean. I think I like it lower.
This nigga, what you trying to take me on a date, nigga? I think I like it lower. Do you now, Coach Diggs? All right, so let's move on from shrooms. You still need to take them. I want you to interview Coach Morley, Coach Diggs.
I think I heard a lot about her.
You didn't hear shit about her.
What you hear about me?
What you hear about her? Yeah.
Go ahead. No. Say it.
Nigga. I'm not. He loves putting
fuck with her.
I'm not.
You fuck with her.
I want to know. I'm curious.
Passive aggressive.
You're passive aggressive.
I just cut people.
Stop projecting onto my co-host and let her interview you.
I'm not projecting onto. Okay, so you want to interview? Go ahead, interview.
She has to interview you.
First question: what you hear about me?
Yeah.
I said I think I did.
I know.
And he thinks a lot of shit. He makes a lot of assumptions without knowing.
I'm curious now. I can't. I'm not gonna be able to move on from this. You gotta get it out.
Who's the other person that I'm filling in for?
Cassie.
There's Cassie. I'm cheap.
You know Cassie. She's your fake cousin.
This nigga keeps saying, yo.
Are you really cousins?
No.
They have cousins that are cousins.
Mutual cousins.
Well, yeah, and it's funny because she said last time, she said, I'm not cousins with this nigga, and then me and her started laughing, but then we became cool at Day Trail.
Yeah, I know.
Because we was laughing at this nigga, because he keep calling us cousins. We're like, we're not cousins.
He's in his mind forever and ever.
In his brain.
You will be cousins.
I know. So you're what's your name?
Cheeks.
You're letting him call you Cheeks? Only I can call you Cheeks.
Well, I'm Cheeks on this pod.
Okay. She's Tia.
Cheeks? You're the only one I can call her?
I call her Cheeks.
Okay.
Why? Because she got nice, beautiful puffy cheeks?
Yes.
Thank you.
And I was her first ever supervisor or second ever supervisor.
Yeah, this is the you was telling me about her.
This is my dog and I'll kill a nigga over her. Yeah, for sure.
I see how he took it. He
told
that narrative. Yeah. I like
it's my dog and I'll kill somebody over her. I've known her for a very long time and we bonded. The universe has brought us back together.
How many kids you have?
2.
Oh my God, look at him. Why he make the assumption that you had kids off top?
He's making sure it's the right person.
I'll make it. She sees
heard. I know. We're here.
Uh-huh.
So
What else you want to
everything
ask?
you heard was true.
Okay.
We can just kind of do it like that.
Yep.
I'm not worried anymore.
Because I just wanted to make sure I didn't.
I
know
was
if that
worried
her.
because I thought I was gonna have to shut down some rumors, but
Nah, I just wanted to
everything
make
you
sure it
heard.
was the right person.
Yeah.
Because
Yeah.
I know Cass, and then you did.
Now you know.
Yeah.
Now you know a little bit about Cheeks.
So you
now
wanna-
Cheeks, interview this nigga.
All right, I want to interview you.
I called him a coach a bunch of times. You gotta ask about
He
that.
liked doing that.
Yeah, so we'll just dive right in, get it over with.
What's up?
Why does he call you coach? Are you a coach?
I am a coach.
Okay, what do you coach?
I coach basketball and volleyball.
And volleyball?
Yeah.
He played volleyball in college.
Word.
Yes.
All right. And so what age level?
High school.
High school coach. Okay.
And I did coach on a collegiate level for a couple of years.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You want to dive in, talk about that experience? at all?
Yeah, dive in.
wanna
Talk
hear.
about the collegiate coaching experience that you have. Where'd you coach? Who'd you coach? For how long?
It's important. It's so hard for I feel like any age group now to find
It's-
mentors or people they can look up to.
Especially
coaches.
a black man coaching on
That's
the
what I
collegiate
mean.
level.
Yeah, this is
So did you coach in volleyball or basketball on the collegiate level? Okay, so where did you do that?
So it's crazy because my first actual real year of coaching was probably like 10 years ago. And it was on the collegiate level. When I actually like reminisce and look back, because I like time be going so fast. And then, like when I sit down and I think, I'm like, damn, my first job was on the collegiate level. So my first job was at JWU.
okay.
I was a assistant for volleyball. And then 2 years ago, I was the assistant at Rick for women's basketball.
Was the first opportunity at JWU just something that you like an opportunity you found for yourself, or where you sought it out?
I played at JWU. I played volleyball at JWU.
Okay. So they already knew your skill level and
He moved here from JWU Denver.
okay.
I'm originally from Maryland, like 20 minutes outside of DC. That's where I'm originally from. Born and raised, DMV. And
I'm trying to think of what words to ask him to say because they
What
may
up,
be
Mo?
talking funny.
yeah,
Right.
What up, Mo?
yeah, Mo.
All right. So you
Yeah, Mo. Send them in. Yeah, Mo. Cuban on Cuban. Hey, yo, my bad.
so you already you were already playing.
Yeah,
You had
and
a-
I had played.
Were you nice?
I was nice.
I feel like you're being humble. Talk your shit.
It's funny because that's what my kids, my players now, like, so a lot of them, like, I call myself, like, they're like, oh, coach, you're humble. So I'm like, yeah, I'm a humble cat. And they're like, humble cat? The kids are so they're like, humble cat?
So they
What?
call you humble cat now.
So yesterday, a bunch of them were like, they came in with like the little fur on their ears. And they're like, and then on their shirts, they was like, we're humble cat for Halloween.
Hilarious.
And I'm like, word? They're like, yeah, you know, you're humble.
Hilarious.
Because they was like, oh, coach, you're humble. And I'm like, yeah, I'm a humble cat. And they're like, what is a humble cat? So I'm like, I had to explain.
You
to them,
had a yeah.
break- 'cause they
they're
don't
those
know.
kind of kids.
It-
I know, I get it.
yeah,
Yeah.
So fascinating how, like, how much the Gen Z teenagers don't know.
I know.
Uh-huh.
It's humbling, but it's also fascinating
It's
to me.
fascinating.
It is.
So he coaches because he's terrible at interviewing. He
Nah,
coaches.
who was diving in?
Yeah, no, I got it. Low,
He's like, I'm gonna
it's
speed
going
it.
it's going a little too slow.
Okay.
We you know,
All right.
I want to
Speed it
make
up.
sure we get to all of the fuck shit. So he is the varsity coach for the LaSalle women's volleyball team.
Okay.
And he's also the varsity coach for the Johnson women's basketball team.
Okay.
Last year, the Johnson women's basketball, this year, they lost in the championship by 3 points to who?
Hope.
Hope High School. First time that the championship for for any high school was at the dump
Back at
or the
Amica.
Amica.
Wow.
The last
And-
time it was like early 2000. It's been
It was a long.
Wow.
It was like 2000 teens.
Yeah.
First time that they brought it back, they lost by 3. Bang, bang. His first year out as a head varsity coach for volleyball, Times 2 Academy, they won a championship.
Yep.
That got him the job at. Where'd you go after Times 2?
I went to LaSalle.
He went to LaSalle. He's been there ever since. So it's literally been a decade.
Wow.
And then he also has his own. You talk about it. Your AAU team.
So then a couple years ago, I started my own AAU program called Beat the Odds Lifestyle.
Who do you coach? How many teams? What are the ages?
So when we first started, we had a girls team, a girls varsity team, and then we had different
Varsity is what age?
Varsity is like 10th, 11th, and 12th grade.
Okay.
And then I had like boys middle school. I started off with the boys. My boys were in fifth fifth or fourth grade at the time. Now they're in 8th grade. And the girls kind of graduated out. And now I just got one team, which is the 8th grade group. Maybe looking to get another group, 7th grade group. But right now, just keeping it that 8th grade group, which is a special group. Really talented group. So
of young men.
Of young men, yes. All Providence-based kids in that 8th grade group, honestly. All from Providence, if I'm not mistaken. Maybe one of them is from Cranston, yeah. But everybody else is inner city kid.
What motivated you to stop Beat the Odds?
So Beat the Odds is a slogan that it's funny. When my first year coaching at JWU, my coach in college helped me get that position. But we used to have a lot of conversations. And he used to ask me, yo, do you want to coach one day? And we used to have a lot of conversations about upbringing. And personally, I felt like I beat the odds, by going to college. My parents are immigrants, from Liberia. I'm first gen. Yeah. And that was funny. That was the conversation that we was having on Day Trail.
That's how it came together.
That's
Cousins.
How it came up. And Cass is like, nah, my dad is Black American. And then even Kuti, before we went, Thompson was like, yo, I got a question. Are you fully Liberian? And I'm like, yeah. He's like, mom and dad. So I had to show him pictures like, yo,
prove
my
it.
mom and dad. Yeah. But I'm like, that's what the niggas in Prov, they be like, oh, he's not Liberian. They're like, nah, you're Liberian for real? You don't look like it. And I'm like,
you're just not as what, Bush they call it?
Yes, or country.
That's derogatory.
Right. Country.
What, yeah. Bush?
Nah, that's what
I be learning from my fellow
Bush,
Nigerian and Nigerian
or country
people. Like, right, yeah. It's really derogatory. Like, don't do that to me. So I'm Black American, y'all. Like,
but and that's the thing. When they say like, oh, you don't look, I'm like, how we supposed to look?
Yo,
you Bush. You know. There be some Bush niggas.
My bad.
You be like, oh, I had homeboy that when he first, who I'm talking about too. When they first come, they don't like.
He really fell over. Like, I can't. Can we get back up here? Keep going. All right, back to it. He's distracted.
Keep going, nigga. Yo, we on the broadcast.
So yeah, you're not as country,
country or as Bush. Like
okay, you say I'm not saying it no more.
So, and I'm like, nah. Like so many niggas, they be like, oh yeah, I'm Nigerian or Liberian, or they be like, I'm Liberian, and they be like their aunties. Like they got one aunt that's Liberian, or their mom is.
I have one though. That don't make sense to me. Like if
I don't want to call no names, but I know some niggas out here that
I have one. I mean, the grandparents.
He just looking at me. Some niggas out here that be claiming, and I be like, oh, you're Liberian? Yeah, my mom's Cape Verdean, but my grandfather is Liberian. Nigga.
You're wondering how that works. I get it. You're questioning the same thing. Okay.
So my mom and dad are Liberian.
You're a first generation.
I'm first gen.
Right.
And are you the oldest? No, you're the second.
Nah,
oldest.
I got my brothers.
Brother.
So
his brothers
and
are
my
really
brothers
good
my brothers are born in Liberia. I was born here, but I'm 31.
You said it like that.
And my brothers are 42. So it's like,
yeah.
But these niggas be like, nah, they're Liberian. I'm like, nah. They be like, is he really Liberian? I'm like, yeah. Why is it? Because I'm civilized and I don't be acting.
Yo, that's mad racist. What's wrong with you, bro?
Shots.
Nah, because crazy. Why you?
I get it. You're aggravated because you're like, listen, why are you even questioning?
You want to be African and they won't let you.
Right. That's what it sounds like, right? Like
so it's like what?
He wants to be a Liberian.
It's funny because that day Thompson was like, yo, both of your parents? And I had to show him pictures. Like,
he didn't say it like that.
Like,
why are you making that?
I said, yeah, look at my dad, nigga, short Liberian African dude.
You have to do so much to prove it. Like, that's so unnecessary.
He pulled up pictures. This nigga went out there.
And they're back in the country at home.
No,
fucking,
chill.
like,
nah,
they was
way back. It was in America.
Oh, okay, all right.
But it was like, yo, y'all always ask. Because it was funny, I had just mentioned, my boy was like, yo, yeah, these niggas be thinking that you're lying. I'm like, what? Who would just lie? So I'm like, yeah, I'm first gen.
There's a lot of niggas that would just lie, but continue.
Oh, it gotta be you think that's a Rhode Island thing?
No, that's everywhere thing. Niggas is gonna nig no matter where you are in the world.
It's whatever's hot.
Yeah,
right.
So I said I'm first gen, and so with that being said, like my parents came here for better life, you know, first gen.
Better life.
And it's
More
like,
money.
to even go to college, it's like,
Did you get scholarship?
I did. I had grants. I did. And that's the thing I look back on. It's like, yo, that's pretty cool. I really did that.
Absolutely.
Like,
absolutely.
And so it's like, and then I went to JWU, which I be looking at the tuition for JWU, and it's like,
It's filthy.
yo,
Disgusting.
this shit is crazy.
It's disgusting, but it's everywhere. It's the only places that are cheap are the state schools. Wherever state you are, those are the only cheap schools, and those aren't even cheap no more.
I'm like, so I'm not gonna lie, I be proud. Like, I went to JWU. Like, it's a private school.
How much was the tuition when you graduated?
JWU was
49?
47, I think.
47.
Around there.
It's about 78 now.
It's crazy.
78.
That's insane.
Providence College is 87. Brown is like 96, 92.
That's insane. So right there, like, I'm like, yo, I beat the odds. You know, then being a collegiate athlete, I'm like, that is even like more of a achievement that I didn't think I could have done.
Right,
you know?
right.
And so came with the name Beat the Odds. But Beat the Odds is already a nonprofit organization worldwide. So you can't really use Beat the Odds and BTO. So I added lifestyle, Beat the Odds lifestyle.
Right.
Basically, it's just a lifestyle, everyday lifestyle, whether you're an adult, youth, you know, an adult out of jail, out of prison, an adult who, you know, messed up and trying to get their life back on track. And try to make it a community thing. You know, if you're a single mom living in the projects, you're trying to beat the odds to get that kid into a better situation. So came up with the name Beat the Odds Lifestyle. And a lot of my kids are inner city kids who are trying to beat the odds of the environment.
A lot of pressure on their shoulders.
Oh, yeah.
You know, so that was how I came up with the name.
Okay, that's dope.
Are you satisfied?
I am. I feel like I have a better understanding of who you are and the work you do.
I figured out when I walked in, she just wanted to know, like, who's this nigga coming in here?
He didn't give me any details.
I told her nothing.
Right away. You will interview him.
I told her that she was going to interview. That's it.
I get to know.
That's my job as a leader, nigga. I delegate.
We know.
You know.
You're Nigerian. Y'all love to delegate.
It's not even about that. I'm also Jamaican and Trinidadian, nigga, but I delegate.
We know how y'all Nigerians, y'all love power.
I gotta be white.
No. I hate power, actually. I'm sick of power. I'm sick of it. I'm sick of being the nigga that, oh, well, hey, what should we do? It's like, nigga, can you try to Google search just once?
What's your nationality?
Just once.
I gotta do DNA, right?
You gotta
Negro.
I gotta do ancestry.
You're not just Black American.
She African, 100%.
Yes.
Nah, so when my half, I don't be doing halves, but my half sisters, they got different moms. We got the same dad. Both of them did ancestry, and my father's profile came up. I can't go by their mother's, obviously, but my father's profile came up, and I think the majorities had said, let me not fuck it up. Oh, I'm gonna fuck it up.
You some type of West African, though.
Yo,
Yeah, it was.
I've known you for a long time. You West African.
Damn, why can't I remember? That's sad.
It's all good. It's all good. It's all good.
Nah,
it's all good. Don't worry about it.
No, I'm getting to it because I want to get it over with.
Well, when you figure that out, share it.
Why
Right
can't
now, I want to
remember?
ask y'all a question.
Go ahead. I'm listening.
As for white people, right? What is their equivalent of oxtail as a delicacy? Oxtail is a delicacy for us. We know if we get in the oxtail or the crab legs or the king crab legs or the lobster, it's expensive. It's a night. It's a time, right? We got to plan for it. Hey, we doing lobster tonight. I bet. Where we getting them from? We getting them from the Chinese spot or the Asian spot? Bang, bang, bang. What is the white version of that? What is the white version of a Black protein delicacy?
Sorry, Cameroon.
Huh?
You know,
Cameroon?
That's what I
that makes sense.
You know, that's what I want.
That makes sense.
I wanted to say.
What is it?
Thierry Henry is one of the greatest soccer players of all time. He played on one of the greatest, not greatest.
She said it's the forehead.
I was asking.
African women have big foreheads.
Right.
I went to Africa. I seen it firsthand. Yeah. They have big foreheads. The bigger the forehead,
something that stood out is Cameroon. You both was like, yeah. So what is it?
No, because you look more East African than West African.
Yes, you do.
Okay.
And I said some type of West African. I was clearly wrong.
Right.
Cameroon's on the other side of the continent, but yeah, that makes sense.
See it.
That makes sense. Okay. What was the percentage though?
It was like 18.
I got it.
On one.
18 ain't bad.
Yeah. It was something.
Yeah.
Like 18 or more.
Because you can definitely be DROC, Democratic Republic of the Congo, Ivory Coast, like that too, and that's that's Central African. But anyway,
I gotta do my job. I think something's gonna come up.
This nigga,
you scared? Like what? Like you're gonna start seeing
Chinese.
Nigga, everybody's gonna have a little.
Play all day.
Asians are African, Asiatic.
See? Like I just want to do it because it'll be curious to be like.
Now, what's gonna be most surprising is the people that show up as relatives. That be unlocking the family.
That's why I don't be dating black women like that. And then people call me, you niggas kick my back in because I got high with a white woman on Halloween.
Come on, I'm not in a position to kick your back in. I mean,
you kicked my back in with Brianna.
First of all, she was falling, acting a fool, making you look.
You niggas kicked my back in, cheeks.
We had reasons though. It wasn't really about that. It wasn't about that.
How dare you get high with a stranger? And it's like, nigga, I'm a man. What's she gonna do to me?
A stranger could have been. It didn't matter that she was white. It was that she was a stranger was the problem.
You got high with a white woman?
He got high with a stranger.
With a stranger on the first date, and I stand on it. I can do that.
He's all proud.
Men can do that. He's all proud. You can't do that.
Nah,
like the way that
I like her. I like her.
I like her.
He was bugging, was he not?
Nah,
no, I wasn't bugging. I was doing exactly
what. She got standards.
She got standards.
Getting high with somebody on the first date is wild.
No, it's not.
Our first date, we want to be high.
Why not? We be tipsy on first dates. Yeah, say something. Say something. Both of y'all.
Nah.
You ain't never been tipsy on the first date? You ain't never been tipsy on the first date?
Honestly,
yeah. Scratch your head, nigga.
I don't think I have.
Shut the fuck up.
No, because
I don't like the judgment coming from neither one of you niggas.
All right, that was an old episode. We're going to get past it.
We passed it already.
Back to this one. Delicacy.
These niggas, there's new people that are tuning in. So for the new people that are here, right, they tried to kick my back in because I took a shorty on a date. I got high with her.
She had the.
I took her. We went to go look at the pumpkins, the jack-o'-lanterns. Spectacular. That was a blast.
Who brought the drugs?
What you mean? No one bought any drugs. We went to a cannabis event and I took dabs, and I never took dabs before. And I was high.
Do you see why it was wild? It just gets more ridiculous.
But again, I am a grown man and I can make my decisions and I can stand on my decisions. I don't need my female friends. She fell on the floor and all kinds of crazy shit.
Embarrassing. And she's white.
And she's 6'1".
Why you ain't tell me about this?
Because
why would he?
Because you tell Thompson because you're a bitch nigga. But bringing it back to Jatia kicking my back in. Yeah,
it was a fool. The whole story was buffoonery.
She fell. She sat on the side of a couch and fell and like fucked the table up, and the table legs went up and all that shit. And I was like, yo, now I know we gotta go because you're fucked up. And you said that you are good with weed, and you're clearly not.
Where'd y'all go after?
Home to my house because it was at the bodega. It was right up the street.
They walked. It wasn't even driving.
Y'all walk.
But I had to make her push my back. Like, yo, push me across the street because I don't trust myself to walk fast enough to not get hit by these cars. I ain't never been that high before on cannabis in my life.
The whole thing.
Because of dab, you took the dab. That's why.
I took multiple dabs.
Yeah, that dab.
But I also didn't know how strong dabs were.
Yeah, dabs are strong.
And that's the thing. And like, again, going back to what I was talking about with shrooms, I'm not a pessimistic person. I'm gonna try those types of. You'll never catch me on Molly. You'll never catch me on ecstasy. Like, cool.
Those are gateway drugs to that.
I would never try any of that shit. Weed, edibles, mushrooms. That's where I draw the line. What'd you say?
Nothing.
What'd you say, nigga?
Nothing. The whole thing was a mess.
It was a mess. But I had 4 women kicking my back in collectively. Her best friend Amanda, Cassie, and Brianna were all kicking my back in. Well, Lay, how dare you? You know better than this. We are disappointed in you.
Because think about it. All right. It's a stranger. Mm-hmm. It's a stranger. You're doing drugs that you've never even tried before. You're doing different things. And then, all right, this is a mess. We look a mess as a unit. Let's go to my house, stranger. You take the stranger to your house.
But my roommate was also wide awake. No, I wasn't. I couldn't. I was too high to do anything.
He would have. If that was me,
I called her an Uber.
You would have been like,
I was very responsible for hot niggas.
You would have been like, Morley, you know better, Morley.
The reason why they were mad at me is because they know and this is where double standards come into play, right? They know in the reverse, I would never allow it for them.
It sounds stupid. If I told you all of that,
I would never allow it for them. And that's where double standards are a good thing, because I know that I'm never gonna allow this 6'1", tall, blonde, attractive Russian behemoth to do anything to me that's gonna alter like my existence. I know. There's no way.
High. It could have went any other way.
No, I was high, but I can still throw a right hook. You know what I'm saying?
Luckily, that was only by
ain't no luck about it. I wasn't that high. It would have felt delayed, but I still would have.
Where was she from?
Bitch is
Russia.
huge.
She's
Huge.
How you meet her?
Huge. How everybody meets people on a dating app. Why you all up in my business?
From?
Nigga, Russia. Stupid.
No, you keep saying Russia, but
he's like, what side of town?
You sent.
She ain't from Rhode Island. She from Russia.
Okay, that was your opportunity.
Opportunity for what?
To have some 6'5" kids.
No, I don't want kids.
I know you did. I know you don't, but that was your
I know you did. That was your. You want kids?
One day, yeah.
How many?
3.
Well, what kind of woman?
Doesn't matter. Black, white. I don't discriminate.
You have kids with a white woman?
I don't.
50,000 lashes to this nigga off top. Anyway, back to my original question. What is
the same one that was in?
I know, but I would never have kids with a white woman. That's the difference between me and you. You got one pregnant. You want to talk about that?
Violent.
Exactly.
So now,
hey, relax. Back to my question.
Delicacy, oxtails, equivalent to white people.
What is the protein that's equivalent to oxtails
Pop-Tart.
for white folk?
All right.
I'm gonna talk to the person that actually podcasts and understands what a broadcast is supposed to, like, how it's supposed to work.
All right. So, a protein that's equivalent.
Some white people on Twitter, on X, said it's caviar.
That's the equivalent?
Because of the cost. What do you think the equivalent of oxtail for black? Because I mean,
if you're looking at
oxtail is like $16.99 a pound right now.
Oxtail's expensive because it's literally the tail. So
exactly,
one tail to a cow.
What's the white protein equivalent of oxtail right now to you? In your humble opinion?
That's a good question.
That's why I asked it. Think about it. Think on it. What do you think the white equivalent of?
They do be having like
Is it duck? Is it fucking Cornish hen? Is it caviar? Like what is it?
What would be the equivalent to oxtail?
To oxtail. The protein equivalent.
I don't know.
You've been to some white parties, some fancy ones too.
She has?
You have too. You was just with the governor like 2 days ago. You know too. So think about it.
I'm really thinking about the
I've been
menus.
thinking too. I don't know.
I have some ideas, but I need y'all to go first. I have an idea or two.
Caviar is a good one. That was a good one.
It's not mine. It's the internet's. Caviar, people were like, they were trying to like shit on it, but basically they were like, it's
gotta be like a filet mignon,
But filet mignon is the equivalent to oxtail for white folk.
Right.
A filet mignon.
Right.
A filet mignon.
It's not.
But it's gotta be. I got okay.
Because I feel like black folks been going crazy with the lamb chops. You know what I mean? So I'm like,
we've been going crazy with lamb chops.
Oh yeah.
You don't see like the little small pieces.
Why don't black people send out the memo, bro?
You didn't know?
Nah. I want to eat lamb chops.
Yeah, but
I'm gonna have to
I
find
feel like Rhode
Island's
slow to it because I get to see it on the menu.
I'm sick of that shit, yo.
But
us as the pregame, as a podcast, we gotta like look at what's trending everywhere else, and in every episode that we record in this bitch, we gotta be like, hey,
just to let y'all know, right? Exactly.
Eat lamb chops.
Yeah.
That's what we on right now.
For sure.
So lamb chop.
Yeah, we gotta get on that.
I honestly think it's
Atlanta's been.
I think it's salmon and Cornish hen for me, for white folk. I think they love all the bones that come in the Cornish hen.
I mean, yeah,
if
you're looking at it for bone for bone, then yeah, but like
Cornish hen and salmon.
But Cornish hen is mad cheap and not hard to get. So
is it mad cheap?
Cornish hens are cheap.
I've never tried to buy one.
No, they're cheap.
That's fascinating that it's cheap.
I know
because I think
like back in the day,
it's such a non-rare bird. It's not a like you see everywhere bird. So it
I
makes.
just don't think you're checking for it. Like, you know what I mean? But
Who would though? Who would check for
when you're on a budget, when you're really on a budget, they're cheap.
So do you
They're
think
like little
Cornish?
chickens, like, you know?
You just inspired a whole nother question. Do you think Cornish hen is the type of bird that Charlie from Willy Wonka and the Chocolate Factory's grandparents would eat and would get
like
them out
poor
of
people
bed?
shit, yeah.
Like,
Well,
would
get them
out of bed.
No, that's what I'm saying. I don't feel like they're dancing.
So
for
what
the
would
shit.
get them out of bed? That's what I'm trying to get
You
to.
want to know what's gonna make them
What's
dance?
gonna get
Again,
Charlie?
I stand by my statement.
What'd you say?
I said filet mignon.
Filet mignon
Yeah.
would get Charlie's grandpa
Out of bed.
and his grandma's out of that fucking 4-person bed.
Good cooking.
Yeah.
With no space.
Absolutely. White people
In the middle of the
I'm thinking
living
about all the white dates I went on.
Filet
Yeah,
mignon.
that's it.
You're right.
That's it.
That's a good one.
Okay.
A lot of times we only go to certain restaurants to get it. When you're dating white folks, they be like, no, when we go to Capitol Grill, I can't wait to get the filet. Or when we go to Fleming's, or when we go to
Got you.
Hemingway's,
that makes sense.
You know, like
Bong.
they wait.
So my I love that. So my follow-up question to you and to you, right? What is a type of protein that you love that you can only get from a certain restaurant? Think on it.
A type of protein?
A type of protein. Steak, salmon, chicken,
Goat meat.
fucking
And I'm Black American,
goat meat from where?
real.
so I'm
That's
only gonna
real.
get goat meat soup
Big goat meat soup,
from a Liberian restaurant.
Afrique
Gotcha.
Lounge.
There we go.
Freak.
I had that last night. I
Did
had
you?
the
I'm
goat
jealous.
soup. You can't get that nowhere else.
You can't.
You know what? What it
I
is
don't
for
have
me?
like
I
aunts
respect.
that just are cooking.
But
even-
why is that your favorite?
Even to get the goat soup, you can't. You gotta go. Like the aunts gotta get the goat from. It gotta be a special delivery.
No, you gotta go to a
Nah,
slaughterhouse.
meat-
But there's
meat-
slaughterhouses
meat
with
markets
goats.
have it though.
Yeah,
Meat
you
markets
gotta.
have
Yeah,
it.
you get this. Yeah, but like if you want the real shit, you go to a slaughterhouse in Tiverton. You go to a slaughterhouse and fucking. You know what I mean? Like you can get it from West Greenwich and all that shit like that. So go in Africa, you don't
That's why
have
I
to
love
worry.
Africans, because y'all be knowing. You know,
Appreciate it.
Of course.
You like
For me-
Liberians? You love
Look at
Liberians,
him.
huh?
Horny ass. Relax.
He's licking his lips. He love
You like
Liberians.
Liberians? Legs start shaking.
Oh, okay.
No, I never
You
dated
ain't
a
bagging my
Liberian.
podcast calls
I never
tonight.
dated a Liberian.
You never?
Never.
A Nigerian? Have you dated a Nigerian? How did that go?
Can we skip?
We are gonna skip.
Next.
We're gonna
Yeah.
ignore him. We're gonna ignore him. So what I was gonna say is that my favorite cut is
What you like?
it's prime rib dinosaur cut.
That's a good one.
My mother loves prime rib. And she's
Dinosaur
really
cut, though.
fancy.
Dinosaur.
Dinosaur
yeah.
cut.
I don't know nothing about. I don't know.
So the cut,
What
Pretty much.
I didn't know shit about the cuts until I started ordering the dinosaur cut prime rib.
Where you ordering this at?
Twin Oaks,
Okay.
Cranston,
All right.
not too far from here. And it's like, bro, it basically looks like the United States, but like flipped. It's like if it's where it put the reverse,
Reverse it.
and that's what it is.
Remember?
But like it's amazing, bro.
No, I like.
I don't even know if they
I
season
like
it,
prime rib.
but
I do
every bite
That
of it,
crust.
my nigga.
That every yeah.
The center is good.
I know.
Sunday, I can't wait to get it. I'm getting prime rib.
It's worth
Twin
the
Oaks.
money every time. You're just
Twin
like, I
Oaks.
can't wait. I'll
And
spend
you can
it.
only get it on certain days.
See?
Certain restaurants will only
But that's
serve
how I
it.
feel about goat meat soup. When I tell you, I be like, if I'm craving it and I call and they're like, we ain't got that.
You be heated, huh?
So
Yo, I had it
like ready to square up.
I
Like
had my leftovers.
Yeah,
yesterday.
word.
Yo,
Bad.
I had that. I'm like, goat soup is just because they offered it either the chicken soup or they got the goat soup. And the goat soup, the flavor just
top
Fire.
yeah.
No, I'm with
Let it be tender. Let it.
I'm with you.
And then you got the goat, and the goat is dropping off the bone, and
Yeah.
I'm not mad.
I want some
I'm not
right
mad
now.
at y'all. I'm with you. I'm with you.
you like cassava leaf.
Yeah. I like everything.
Who doesn't like cassava leaf, nigga?
So, not to be
Go ahead.
funny,
But
Be
you're
it.
going to be.
Be it.
nah. So
Say it.
Nigerians don't eat cassava leaf because they feed the cassava to I think the sheeps or the goats. I think so. They don't.
Whatever this nigga
So
said.
he's telling me
I'ma
I
let him
can't
cook.
enjoy
I'ma
cassava
let
with a
him cook.
Nigerian man. I get where you was going.
I'ma
with that.
let him
He was-
cook.
That you enjoy with me? No, I'm just saying.
I'ma let him
I get
cook.
where he was going.
I'm gonna let him cook.
I get it.
It is
If I
what
want to
it is.
enjoy it, I gotta do it.
It's
for
not
him.
that. It's not that deep.
I see where he was going.
It's not that deep. I have another question for y'all though.
Ready.
So when you guys were
Y'all
kids, right? What was the one cartoon, no matter how bad of a mood you were in, that can lift your spirits?
Rugrats.
Oh,
I had orange tape stacked to here.
Yo.
I was, if it was currency,
why you're
I
my
was
dog.
paid. Like,
Chucky.
you know, Rugrats all day.
Who's
We
your
didn't
favorite
always
character?
have cable, so I would have to wait
I
to
didn't
go to
have cable
someone else.
at all.
Yeah, exactly. You see?
I
So
had to go to a
I either
cousin's
had the
house to
tapes or go to a cousin's house.
on a Friday night.
You get it.
Tommy Pickles was my nigga, but he wasn't my favorite character.
Okay.
It was always Chucky.
Okay.
I have a.
What was it? What was it?
Wait. Hold
Okay.
on. I'm gonna get into my affinity for Chucky. What was a cartoon from your childhood?
Rugrats hit deep because I like Chucky too. That's why I said Chucky. But since she said Rugrats, I'll probably go. Hey Arnold was pretty.
Okay, I fuck with Hey Arnold too.
Hey Arnold.
2 Nickelodeon cartoons, but who was your favorite character? Why was Hey Arnold the cartoon that got you out of like a bad place?
Rugrats was one. There was 3, and I will never forget. It used to start at like 5:30 after Slime Time Live on Nickelodeon.
You never remember? You don't remember Slime Time?
I remember Slime Time, but he was saying there was one that would start, and I'm already anxious to hear what it was.
It would be like Slime Time Live.
Talking about the show.
It would be Cat Dog.
Yeah.
Okay. Yep.
Trash. I didn't like Cat Dog.
Cat Dog, and then they'd be running out of the house down the hill. That was good.
No one in the world with a little cat dog.
Yep. And then Cat Dog.
Big ass Ren and Stimpy.
Hey Arnold. You know what was good? One that really got me out. Recess.
Fire.
That was
but that's ABC.
That was Saturday morning.
Yeah, that's Saturday morning.
Saturday morning.
I used to be hated because I used to be like, yo, why doesn't this come on during the week?
Right.
Because it don't. But it comes on Saturday morning.
It used to be Saturday
morning. Part of that ABC lineup.
Mm-hmm.
So because I didn't have cable, I was very familiar with the Saturday morning lineup.
100% on ABC for sure. For me, Chucky I have an affinity for people who've been bullied.
Okay.
And not because I've been bullied, because I was bullied by my older cousins.
But you was more of a protector.
But I am a protector, naturally. Smack the shit out of I'll smack the shit out of a woman. It don't matter to me. If you are doing or saying something that's disrespectful, I will smack the dog shit out of you. Because, or I'm going to give you some act right because you deserve it, right? And as a kid, when I used to get bullied by my cousins and stuff, I thought Chucky was so endearing. I think when you're bullied, but you have love, I think there's something so precious about how you interact with the people that love you and care about you. Tommy, Phil, and Lil, Angelica to a certain extent, then Dill when he came into the picture, obviously Susie. I think there's something so endearing about how Chucky just like embraced whatever came his way. And that's what makes me like want to even jump in more for somebody like a Chucky who is just like, I'm just here.
He's afraid of things.
Because whatever's different, I'm afraid of, but I'm supposed to because I'm a toddler and I don't get it. And Tommy, you're so brave, but you're also my best friend. And like, why are you my best friend? And he's asking him all these questions. And I see that so much in the young people that I work with in my job. At that time of year in the summertime when we put together our Youth Forward Leadership Program, I see that so much in adults. Like I was at a training today. Today I did and this would have been part of my check-in if we did check-in. I went to an adult mental health first aid training. And I was the only man there. And I was the only man of color, period. Mm-hmm. You know what I mean? But I'm used to that. I'm used to being the only person of color in a lot of spaces, but I'm also used to being the only man in spaces. Everyone in that bitch was a woman. That wasn't me. The 2 trainers were white women. One was obese, overweight a little bit. The other one was pregnant. Her partner is a woman. And then the other women that was around the table, a bunch of them were married to men. And it was like a mixture of like Latino, Latina, and fucking white, and a couple black girls that were super young, college students and shit like that. So different levels of expertise. You had some clinicians around the table. You had some folks that are trying to be clinicians, all that shit. And I am, the only guy. And I was late to the training too. I was like 8 minutes late. But when I got there, they were still doing the intro. So I felt good about that. Mm-hmm. But the reason why I bring that up is because I'm in this space and I'm learning about how to deal with adults that are suffering with psychosis and all of these different mental health challenges because that's the training, right? And I'm like, yo, I'm 1 in 14 because there was 14 people around that table that were actively in the training.
Right.
I'm 1 in 14, just in terms of humans. In terms of men, I'm probably like 1 in 305. How many men are like taking the time to go to a trainer like that to get certified in mental health first aid for adults?
Listen,
Go ahead.
I told you, what happened over the summer.
Absolutely, you did.
Yeah. Okay. We talked
But
about
share
that.
it again because the crowd, our audience might know, and Jamal certainly doesn't know.
So I have an uncle who's a few years older than me that didn't grow up with my family.
The one that came to the Christmas party last year?
He came to the Christmas party last year for sure. And he's dope. You know what I mean? He's a cool guy. Very, very low key, quiet. But over the summer, you know, I had let him in my house. He was staying in my living room. Like, it was cool. It was working, whatever. But at one point, I had a cleaning job. I left out, and I had a younger cousin. She's 16. She was there babysitting the kids. She calls me and she said, the cops are here. They're here for the uncle.
Yeah.
And I'm like, what? Like, why? She said, apparently they said that he called the cops and said he killed somebody in Florida or something.
What?
So, he's from Florida originally.
Yeah. That's where he came from. Yeah.
So I'm like, what? Like, none of this is making sense to me because the whole time he's been in my house for months, it's been very, you know what I mean, copacetic. It's straight. Like, he's chilling.
You never think.
Yeah, so I'm like, what? This ain't making sense. So now I got to rush home. So I get there and there's cops. I tell her, put the cops on the phone. Like, I don't understand what's going on, but I know my kids are there. She's there. Like, I'm the responsible adult.
Yep.
Though he's there, like, I know we can trust him, but like, whatever. So I get there and they're like, you know, it happens. Like, and I'm like, so what happened? Like, they're like, maybe he did admit to smoking weed. So maybe he's just tripping. Like, you know, they're like, but apparently, like, there's nothing we can do. I'm like, if he feels like he killed somebody and he's making this call because he might feel like he needs some sort of help or whatever the case is, I just feel like more should be done. Like, what?
Well.
Hold on. Let her finish.
Yeah, that's finish.
So they're like, I mean, there's nothing we can do. So what they said is they would send a mental health worker out, and they did. And they came and they said, well, he's not a harm to himself or anybody else. But I'm like, this is somebody who's been in my space for like 7 months.
Made you uneasy.
8 months.
100%.
My kids are here. I'm here.
Yep.
And this is a weird thing to admit to. You feel like you killed somebody.
100%.
You ain't gonna check into that
over the period.
Check into what?
Yeah, ask me.
Over the period of 5, 6, 7, like, you didn't even see any
nothing
signs. All right,
nothing. So he met him. He was, you know, very to himself, but like,
of course,
he interacted.
He's an introvert. Like, he's an introvert.
That's what you would think. Just introverted.
But
good
vibes. This is what I said the other day to somebody. I said, you can look at somebody, whether it's health, mental health, physical health, but you don't know what's really going on inside. No,
but that's the point, though.
That's what
you're not supposed to live your life through a lens of judgment, and that's why I gave him the utmost respect, and I gave him all that leeway because I love Jatia. I trusted Chia, and I know she would never bring anybody into my holiday party, or not even mine. It's ours.
It was ours.
It was our. It was the pregame podcast holiday party. She brought her uncle. She brought her sister.
I'm like, he's not from here, so I want to give you the opportunity to meet some.
And he had a blast. Everybody had a blast.
We had so much fucking fun.
If he's here, no, you good, bro. If he's here living with her and her children from Florida under the guise of I'm just here to like reset and try to figure shit out, but secretly this motherfucker killed somebody, and he's trying to be on the low. That changes everything.
That confession to the police was like, it was very, for me, you're in my house, I have my children. What do you mean you killed somebody? So I'm like, they send the mental health worker, and the mental health worker.
Did you have a conversation with him?
So after the mental health worker came and says, he's not a harm to himself, and I don't see him as a harm to anybody else. We did offer him to come to like Butler and get help. He declined it. So I'm going to give him this card to call for like services at Providence Center, mental health services.
Yep.
And it's up to him to follow up and make the call, you know. But there's nothing we can do. So I said, okay, there's nothing I can do because he lives with me. This is my house. I'm on the lease. No one else is on the lease. Can I make him go get help? Because I don't trust plainly, I don't trust your judgment. I don't like the way this is going. I feel like he should go and get help. No. There's nothing we can do. I said, so if you leave and he does harm someone, you say he's like, he smoked something, he's not in his right state of mind, whatever the case is. If you leave this house and something does happen, what, you come after the fact that either he harmed himself or he harms me or my children? Not that I had a reason to think that he would, but this is, again, you're thinking.
That's where your brain goes.
I want to hear
psychosis. You're thinking something's up.
But also, I put myself in her shoes because she's thinking about her environment and her surroundings.
Yeah, nigga, her safety.
But I also put myself in their shoes where when they're kind of doing a job, they're kind of, and he's just y'all, he went to the party. He's giving off the vibe like, probably like, nah, I would have.
So again, you asked if I talked to him. So after we have the conversation with the police, I said, all right. They're like, well, we can't make him leave. And since he's been at your house for so many months, technically you would have to get an eviction. You'd have to go to court, get an eviction to get him out, even though he's not on the lease.
And that takes money and time.
Resources I don't have a lot of. So, okay.
100%.
Cool. I'm like, all right, let me go and talk to him. And I need to talk to him. So I go in the house and I say, you good? You straight? Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, listen, I care about you. What's going to happen is, since they told me you don't want to go, you don't want to get help, I wanted to lay eyes on him and let him know I care about you. I love you. I want to make sure you're straight. I heard you don't want to go seek help. I think you should. But if you don't, here's what's going to happen. Me and the kids are going to leave. We out of here. We're going to leave for the night. You take some time to get your mind right, cool off, come down off whatever whatever it is, whatever you're on. And let me know if you need me, you know what I mean? I'll be back in the morning to check on you. That's how we leave it. Because I felt failed. I felt like the system failed him and me in that moment. Facts. That's how I felt.
Facts.
This is not a normal thing.
It's not.
So for you to come out and say, he's not a harm, he's fine, because he just called and admitted to something that's out, like, to even do that.
The worst thing that ever, like, no one ever wants to hear that.
Yeah. You get what I'm saying?
Murder,
so I'm like, and you just
murder.
Like, we ain't talking about
but he's good though. He good.
That's not.
But they don't.
You and your kids are safe. Are you fucking kidding me?
So my first thought is, no, that's what protect my kids, protect myself, and give him the space to, maybe he is just tripping. Let him calm down. You got the whole house. Sure, I'm out of here. I leave. I come back in the morning. I drop my kids to school and do everything I do. I don't bring them back to the house.
To go back
after I came back. I mean, it's my house. What do I mean?
Yeah, exactly.
You can't just have this house. Like, I gotta. So I come back to the house. It's empty. He's not there. Not that it's empty. Like, it wasn't. He just wasn't there. But some stuff was in disarray. So I'm like, yo. Like, it looks like we left it. At the time of the call, my kids were having lunch. There was like pizza, there was plates, drinks on the table, and like we kind of just left everything the way it was. I didn't clean up before I left. I packed some stuff up, got my kids out, said goodbye, hugged them. That was it. So when I come back, everything's kind of the way it was, but there were a couple things out of place. I noticed his backpack was gone. The air mattress he was using in my living room was like, what's the word? Deflated. It was deflated. And like his backpack was on my kitchen table. And then I'm like looking around because I'm like, I'm calling his name. He ain't in here. So I'm like, where would he be? Like, he's not at work at this time in the morning. You know what I mean? He should be here. This ain't right. I go back in my kitchen and I notice a knife on the counter, like a big knife, like a, one of them.
Chopping
knife, like a huge knife, biggest knife I own. So I'm like, all right. Now the kids, I told you, they had pizza. So I noticed on the knife, I wasn't here. I had a cleaning job. So when my little cousin had made the pizza and whatnot, it wouldn't make sense for her to use this knife. There's a pizza cutter. She would have just used that. She's not going to take the biggest knife out the drawer to cut the kid's pizza. But there is like a red residue on the knife. So I'm like, that could be pizza sauce. But something said, nah, like nothing's adding up.
Keep going.
Okay. I didn't know if that was fun.
No.
So I go to my closet, I grab the peroxide, I spray the knife. The knife reacts to the peroxide. So now I know it's foaming. Yep. So I call, first things first, I'm like, yo, let me check with my neighbors. I got upstairs neighbors. I go upstairs. They don't speak English. So now we're trying to communicate in Spanish. I'm like, did the cops come back here? Yeah, around 11 o'clock is all I got, and that was enough. So 11 at night. This happened. It was daytime the day before.
So they came back.
The very cops had to come back at 11. Apparently, clearly something happened. I see blood on a knife. Neighbors telling me something happened. I called a police station and they say, yeah, we did make a call. There was a call to your address, and he's in the hospital. So luckily he didn't like end his life. He did attempt to commit suicide. He like cut himself on the neck, and in my kitchen, he was able to make a call and get help.
Jesus.
And you know, then he went into like they put him into a program. He had to go through like a mental health program while he was in the hospital, whatever. And at that point, I had to let him know you can't. And it's very difficult, but you can't come back here. You've got to figure it out. You've got to find the resources. I can help you, point you to this one or that one, but you can't. Yeah, it was my uncle, but
He's
again,
my age though.
we didn't
He's
grow
not,
up.
He's not old.
He's not like an old dude. He's you know a few years
he's
older.
Like 35, 36.
Exactly. He's like I think he'll be 36 in April or something.
He's younger
like
than me almost.
I'm 32, so he's not very old. But it was like again, I had to make
Draw
that
a line
decision.
in the sand.
Yeah, and it's like you should get that. You have to get that. I didn't even know you had mental health issues. You know what I mean? And apparently, I think this was a history he had even in Florida, but we weren't aware of it. His family had. So it's just.
Did he ever kill anybody?
How's she supposed to know that?
They won't even look into it, which is crazy. If somebody said that when you open an investigation, they never did anything.
So
it was just like, well, and I asked the cops, like, okay, what do I do? And they're like, well, basically it was telling like everything's fine. You and the kids could stay here.
Yeah.
Now, what would have happened if I stayed and he's still in a psychotic mode? That knife could have easily been
used to harm one of y'all. For sure.
And I don't know that he was. You can't guess a person's mind state or what they're going. You can't guess.
Where is he now?
Yeah.
He's still.
So I think I did the best thing by leaving, but it's just crazy that again, like
ask that question again, and then I have one question.
Where is he now?
And then we're gonna wrap.
So he's looking for permanent housing. I've reached out to him a few times. We've had connection. He's looking for a job, like that kind of thing. We've connected, but like again, the boundaries set. So what do you need? I can help you get that. I can send you to a resource, but you know that you can't come back here to live with me.
Word.
Whatever you need, I got you.
He should respect that.
No, he does. He does. Absolutely.
He will.
And I think he understands. I don't think he's not. No, he's not somebody. But close. Again, for me,
She didn't know that he was going through that, bro.
I didn't know.
Doug, he was around all of our people.
The triggering thing for me is I lost a friend to suicide in 2020. A very, very close friend.
Yes.
Same way.
Rest in peace to them.
You know what I mean? Knife to the neck. And it's a very gruesome, very violent. It was very triggering for me because I'm like, yo.
Crazy way to go out.
No one would have thought with this friend that was even a
thought.
So already scary. Knowing that I've already been through this where you actually lose somebody. You can't guess. You can't figure it out. And now I have to like, because it's my kids, I just had to cut it off.
Got to.
Yeah.
Their safety is paramount. Your safety is
crazy.
paramount.
I didn't mean to make it heavy, but like we talk about mental health and like you know what I mean.
No.
It's important for like I wish that there was more. I put him on
with my therapist. He sees my therapist now.
Okay, I wish
he probably saw him more recently than I have. I haven't seen my therapist since
the fact that you're going through a training and like you know what I mean. Like there should be more men, more people in general in these rooms because
me and 13 women.
You heard about there's some sort of statistic about how the calls between the jump between 2000 I think it was 21
suicide men,
not just men, just the mental health calls in Rhode Island.
It's going.
It tripled.
I know the other day.
Yeah, the 988 number is bugged out, and then like black men commit suicide
at an alarming rate
at a 2 to 4 rate. And it's a real thing.
The rate is high. It's 2
to 4.
Somebody was saying, a girl was saying, she goes, oh, it was one of my assistants the other day. She was talking about her situation with her boyfriend. But she was like, yo, the suicide rate or the mental health awareness rate with men, she goes, it's way more than women.
By a lot. But more with black men specifically.
Do you know why?
Because we stigmatize it so much.
Yeah, you know why?
Because we stigmatize it so much. That's the reason. We think that the man box is how we should operate.
But I think...
And that's not how we should operate at all.
And I think that's something that... It's the same way with like... I know we'll get into this in another day or another event. But it's the same thing that's going on with like the hip hop and the industry where I'm like...
Hip hop ain't got nothing to do with it, bro.
No.
It's all social media. Ain't got nothing to do with music.
No. It's not. I'm talking about the culture where like, okay.
Ain't got nothing to do with that either.
Where, so for example, with these men, like, okay, the Young Thug was released. I know we talked about that months
We
ago.
didn't talk about him getting released. We talked at the beginning of
about the trial
about the mistrial,
but
and he got a whole bunch of shit that he can't do.
He can't do.
Or he'll go right back to prison.
I just had this conversation before I came here with somebody saying, I'm like, he can't do anything. But to see these black men go through those situations, I think it's something that the black community, you know, with them men growing up in poverty, that's what they know. Like the Lil Durk situation, that is what they know.
He knew other things.
No, Wale.
Lil Durk's been rich for about a decade. We gotta stop doing that.
No.
We gotta stop doing
that. No, Wale, you can say he's been rich for a decade. But when it's
people's patterns is what you really get.
It's the African American society. Like, it's okay to say, yeah, he's been rich for a decade. But when you grow up in something, right? And it's like,
I don't want to hear it.
And I get what you're saying, right? But that's also,
I will never be receptive to that language because I know what it really looks like to be in something that you can't get out.
But I want to correlate that to,
go ahead, cook.
The black man in his family is what? He's supposed to be this
everything.
Thank you. And that's what I'm saying. That
pressure is what
that has been something that has been for generations. It's not something that just said, oh, yesterday, oh, the black man is supposed to be this, you know, this powerful man. My cousin and I talk about this. My cousin grew up down south, right? His father, pastor in the AME church, and he's like, Jamal, that's what they glorify. You know, but they don't know how he is in the home. But in the community, he's a community guy, he's a pastor, but they don't know if he's fornicating. They don't know what's happening at home. And that's something that has been tradition where the black man is supposed to go out there, do everything, be this powerful man that takes care of his family. But realistically, he's human too. He needs somebody to talk to. He need a therapist. And that's what I'm saying, that it's been something that has been for generations.
I don't give a fuck about none of what you're talking about. And this is why I don't give a fuck about none of what you're talking about. Dirk had multiple opportunities to make choices to change the way his life would end up. And he decided to say, fuck that. I'm going to keep doing what I'm doing. And that's exactly what he did. He's arrested. He's in jail. He's in prison right now.
It comes down to accountability.
He's in prison right now for pay for hire.
Yeah, murder for hire.
Pay for hire. But murder for hire, whatever the fuck. That's what he's in prison for. Nobody told Lil Durk to make a song called All My Life with J. Cole, with all the kids in it. That's his guilty conscience at work. Nobody told him to do that. He ain't never, first off, that's the only song he has that's like that. He ain't never made no song that was like that ever since. Nobody told Durk to do that. He did that for it. I'm cooking, and I'm about to cook for about 2.5 minutes, and then we're going to get the fuck out of here. This nigga made a song with J. Cole, who is considered one of the greatest feature rappers of this generation, if not the most featured, barring Kendrick, my GOAT, right? And he made a song with all these kids. All my life. He did that shit for a reason, nigga. He's not stupid. He knows the marketing of that song at that particular time. Similar to Little Baby with the song he came out with during COVID, during the lockdown, when everyone was like, oh, wow, Little Baby has substance. He's talking about COVID. He's talking about the struggle, and he's got people protesting in this video. It's the same fucking shit. This nigga knows. And when he sat down with Gilly and Wallow, there's no way.
He tried to talk.
He didn't try. He told him.
Wallow, but I think
Wallow shed tears. Wallow crawled and walked and jogged so goofy ass niggas like Little Durk can run full speed, and he spit in this nigga Wallow's face and did what he wanted to do anyway.
I think his mind's already made up by then.
You think what?
I think his mind, like that had already.
His mind was already made up. You said.
But when that podcast came out,
what happened?
I think it already had even happened.
Yeah.
And it's
You're
funny.
not wrong.
And it's funny because out of that podcast,
I don't disagree.
A lot of people watch it, but a lot of people didn't really take it serious. That part, I was like, yo, that's a deep part. And I used to tell people, yo, that part of the podcast was deep. People didn't really look into it and tell the Lil Durk situation.
Everybody wants to be a thug.
And now
everybody wants
like, yo,
to be
that
tough.
part was serious.
Dirk even said, yo, he's really shedding tears over this shit.
Yeah.
But I agree with you. It was already too late.
I think it was too late.
The murder for hire shit, that already happened.
I think it happened.
Vaughn was already gone.
Yep.
Vaughn was already dead. Vaughn was already dead. So all the shit that he's going to jail for right now, when Wallow got his hands on him and tried to reel him in, it was
I think they had already.
It was donezo. And for him, he knew it. That's all my life came after that interview. You guys motherfuckers gotta pay attention to when things drop.
Timing.
It came after. All my life came after that.
And even before that, he went away for a little bit.
Yes.
Dirk, and then he was seeing a therapist. He became
when
a
they
Muslim.
broke into his house and him and India Love or who the fuck he's dating, and they busted guns at the.
He was sleeping.
It was too late.
Why do we glorify that? Why are we smiling and laughing?
Because you guys are toxic. But it was too late. It was too late. And so for Dirk, he already knows that he fucked up. He knew when Gilly started when Wallow
he
started
knew he was
crying,
just sitting there.
He knew it. Wallow did 20 years, dog. 20. His actual real life brother was murdered while he was in jail.
He said died in Nanny's arms.
And the nigga that killed his brother was in jail, in prison with him.
I had to forgive my brother's killer. He said,
Gilly can make all the jokes he wants.
Now Gilly was just sitting there listening.
No, I'm saying when they go back and forth and they do that stupid fake petty shit, Gilly knows, because I don't think Gilly's built for doing 20 years. I know he's
Gilly just be sitting there listening.
Gilly is to me, that show doesn't work without Wallow. Wallow is like that guy. It don't work without Wallow.
I think it's both, man, because Gilly.
I understand what you're saying, but Gilly is such. If it was just Gilly and some random guy that wasn't his cousin, it wouldn't work. It doesn't work without Wallow.
Nah.
And vice versa.
It's $1 million thing where Wallow gives the game,
and Gilly is just there to talk about the industry. I think if Gilly was talking about the industry with another nigga that wasn't his cousin, blood cousin, talking about it doesn't work.
Yeah, but Gilly brings the industry niggas.
Niggas tune in for Wallow. And because Wallow is who he is, but the industry niggas would come.
No, but Gilly,
I'm telling you,
Gilly was the mainstream rapper from Philly
for 3.5 months.
And so he's the one that
for 3.5 months.
I can't see.
Name one Gilly song. You can't. Who the fuck knows anything about Gilly? You name one. Name one.
No, I can't name a Gilly song.
That's one of my favorite podcasts.
I bet it is. They
be saying some real shit.
Wallow be saying some real shit. Gilly just be like, "Oh yeah, yes, bitch, cosign, cosign." But anyway, back to the real shit. When that shit happened to Lil Durk, I'm like, oh my God.
I know. Think, what are you thinking?
It wasn't even that. It was just like, I'm so happy that he finally got caught, because everything about the King Von story. Like, King Von did a documentary where he was talking about how one of the young ladies that was part of their crew, how he loved her so much and all of this other stuff.
She was a kid. They was beefing.
They had beef.
And
she held the crew down, right? And she was like a double agent. King Von was like, yo, man, when she passed, it hurt me so much. Da, da, da. King Von is the one who killed her.
Yeah.
King Von is the one who murdered her.
These niggas was real deal killers.
No. So like,
I am not.
When this shit happened, when this shit happened last week with Dirk, or this week, whenever the fuck it was, I'm like, and so it reiterates, we have to do better. Black folk, brown folk, Latino folk, Asian folk, African, it don't matter. We have to do better.
That's why you're right. We
have to do better, dog.
You're right. Because this is what I was saying this the other day, and me and my brother was having this conversation.
Shout out to Big Bro.
My brother, like, he's got his life in order. We talk about this. But one thing, my brother ran the streets of Baltimore and DC.
Yeah, and he made it out. And now he's a fucking barber.
He's a barber in the DMV, but he married.
Yeah.
Like,
he's a beast, though.
And
he's shorter than him. He's about 5'7", 5'8".
It's Liberian.
Smart as fuck.
Yeah.
Smart as fuck. He don't look like Liberian, though. He look like a nigga.
And
like, he look like a nigga.
So,
he's a dick.
Like...
So my brothers always said to me, and this is why I think I am who I am, and we talk about this all the time in our family group chat. But I say, my brothers used to tell me, "Yo, you can't go to college, you can't be in high school playing sports, and then want to be in the streets.
There's one or the other.
There's no
Pick
such
your
thing,
side, like,
right? They're like
right.
niggas. So when dudes said, they're like, no, you got to pick. You're not picking." Right?
They didn't give you the option.
But my brother used to be like, nah, I see my brother. I hopped in the van. I'll never forget. After school, I had to go to the mall. My dad's like, yo, your brother's going to bring you home. I said, cool. My brother's like, yo, wait a second. He was the manager for Lids. He said, but wait a second. I got to do something. We went in the car. My brother had stacks of money like this. So I'm just sitting in the back. And then he has like boxes of weed bags just rolled up, and I'm looking. He's like, yo, I gotta do this right now. I have to do this. Right? Cool. I wasn't tripping, but he said to me, you gotta understand, when you do shit like this, you gotta know what comes with it.
100%.
And he's like, I'm willing to do this, and know that if I do get caught, I'll do the time. Yeah. Like,
he wasn't a snitch.
And he said that to me, right? And one of my boys I grew up with who was in the street, he said to me, you got to understand the consequences when you 100%. Do this. And he goes, I know what comes with it. And these niggas, I don't think they really understand that, yo, you do this, you got to know that on the back end, if you do get caught, this is what comes with it.
100%.
And I don't think they really understand that. And like you said, we got to do better. And I thought about this. I said, yo, I know what the streets is like, but I'm not built for the streets. And I tell people all the time, I said, and that is why
Neither am I.
I said, I can't sit in jail. No, I'm all set. Like, I'm not a bitch, but I can't sit in jail.
Mm-mm.
And I
love titties so much. I need to suck on him.
He's ready. It's
tonight,
about that.
Tonight.
We're going on.
We're going to the strip club.
You know, you're going?
Yeah.
Oh.
He said,
he gonna
that
come.
was so disappointing.
But he's gonna
like,
come. He's gonna come because he wants to get close to you. And I'll make sure I sit on the edge so he can sit next to you and try to holler. And then I want you to reject him as graciously as you can, as I know you can, if you're not interested in him. And then I'm just gonna.
You give him the most joy out of that.
He a hater. He a hater.
I'm not a hater.
He a hater.
I just know a horny nigga when I see one.
I'm not. That's you.
I'm horny, but I'm gonna go to the strip club to get.
He's gonna satisfy it, so he's good.
This is mine.
Like,
I would stab a nigga in the eyeball for Jatia. And he look at you. I would stab a nigga in the eyeball for.
You gotta know what comes with it.
You know what I mean?
Ready to get
This is
stabbed in the eye?
my like since
From
you
who?
was 16.
I'm not stabbing nobody now. If it's me,
I'm not stabbing you. I'll slap you. That's easy. That's like.
I mean,
I slap him. I ain't gonna stab him. But if you want,
do you see the contradiction?
No.
You just said you would stab somebody in the eye for me. If I gave this man a shot, he plays me.
I'll slap.
You'll slap him. That's not enough.
You want me to stab him?
You just gave your word that you would stab somebody in the eye for
a
me.
Random. I kind of love him too.
I get it.
Anyway, it don't matter.
We just can't go that route. Is all.
Last question, and we're getting the fuck out.
Last question.
Last question, and we're getting the fuck out.
One more sip.
Yes, take one more swig.
Mm-hmm.
All right. So my question to y'all is: you need a bib?
You missed your mouth.
I did.
Hey yo, relax. Don't talk to my little sis like that. You missed your mouth. Did you miss your mouth? All right. Because we're on November 2nd almost now. Almost.
Happy November, guys.
Yes.
When we having a Friendsgiving?
November 23rd.
Where at?
Pull up. I already paid for the spot.
You wasn't gonna tell me.
I am. I'm gonna tell everybody.
I was coming out. He's just
yeah. I already paid for it.
All right, last question.
Anyway. Your best Halloween costume and why?
I had a Spider-Man jump like a couple years ago.
As a grown ass man.
Yeah.
Why was it your best one?
So I pulled up to the school, right? Pulled up for practice. So usually Halloween for volleyball, we have like it's like a week before the season. And this year it was after the season. But I pulled up. Spider-Man is my favorite superhero.
Mm-hmm.
And so I seen like on Instagram where like the Spider-Man they be hooping, they be running the streets looking crazy. So I come to practice. I show up to practice. We start practice. I'm there, and I take off for like 5 minutes.
Take off to do what?
Put the suit on.
Put the suit on.
I'm just making sure.
He drunk already.
I'm not drunk. I gotta make sure our followers know what the fuck to follow.
So
they got that.
I take off. I go put on a suit real quick, and I come back. You know me, I be on some weird shit. So I go to the other side.
You had the gooch hanging out?
I go to the other side of the gym, right? And it's the zip up. It's the zip up.
Zip up on the back or on the front?
On the back, so the shit zip up all the
way to the head.
So
you needed another close up from Mr. DeMille. Mr. DeMille had that.
So I'm sitting in the corner of the gym in the Spider-Man position, right?
You're doing the most.
So like on the other side, just so the kids are playing.
No shrooms,
right?
This is him sober, so just so the followers are following, right? This is you sober.
So one of the girls look over. She's like, "Oh my God." I'm sitting in the corner. I'm not even moving. So she's like, "Oh my God." He tells the other girl.
You're freaking them out, just so you know.
So looks. The girl's like, "Oh." So they all start walking over. They're like, "Coach Diggs." I'm not saying nothing.
Are these the inner city kids or no?
Nah.
I didn't think so. Because they walking towards the menace. I knew it. I fucking knew it.
So one of the girls goes, "He's not saying anything. This is creepy, Coach Diggs." And I'm just not saying anything. And one of the girls goes, "Okay, this is getting creepy." And I'm just standing there. I'm just like, yo, in the Spider-Man pose. And then finally, I got up. I started laughing. They all started laughing, but
they recognize you. Yeah.
Because I usually just dress up in a Scream mask. I put a Scream mask with a black hoodie on. That used to be my little Halloween fit. I didn't really do trick or treating like that when I was in high school, but like middle school, I used to dress up as like a fireman, cop, Lion King one time.
Like real innocent.
Mufasa or Simba?
Don't stop.
Yeah, nah. That's nigga.
Which one? No, you do gotta answer it.
Mufasa, because I'm him.
He got light skin.
He said I'm him.
He got light skin tendency. All right, boom. I appreciate you, my nigga.
Thank you for.
Oh wait, it's.
Are you going out with us for real?
Yes.
I felt left out.
I'm trying to go to the strip.
So
I be picking up bad. I don't drink. Picking up bad habits when I'm around him.
Finish your thought.
I'm worse. It would either one year I dressed as Lil' Kim, the titty out Lil' Kim, the purple suit, and that just took confidence to wear one.
You would have been my sister that night. I would have just been like.
But I felt the stupidest thing about it is we went to a cousin of a friend, whatever, somebody's house party, and they just
fucked it all.
Nah, it was just like I don't know. I felt like that costume at another venue or another event
would have been lit
with my people. They was like Spanish people. Nothing wrong with that, but like they weren't. They were very
rigid,
modest,
rigid.
They weren't feeling. I was getting looks instead of like I would have got dapped up anywhere else.
Yeah.
So one girl appreciated it, and she's one of Blueface's girls. She got mad beef with Krishan and this and that. She left probably right after that, moved to LA, and she's lit.
She got beef for everybody.
She appreciated the Lil' Kim costume.
Of course.
So I only needed one. I just needed one person. But that was lit. It took a lot of
We got a rap.
Who's Krishan?
You know who Krishan Rock, nigga. Anyway,
who's that?
I mean, it's
Blueface's baby mom.
Blueface.
Oh, from Baltimore.
Oh, okay. You had to. I see what you did.
That's what he wanted to do.
I know.
I think you're talking about a different Krishan.
No. That one.
You knew.
Only one.
Shut the fuck up. Anyway.
You got that big blue face pal on her face.
321 of the pregame pod.
I'm glad we did this.
I'm so proud of us.
Nigga, you should let me wrap this shit up.
Go ahead.
No.
Let's hear it.
How are you gonna wrap it?
Her.
I hear it.
Go ahead, wrap it up.
Well, what episode
It's
is it?
291.
It's 291.
No, 321.
What?
321.
Y'all both. Y'all
No,
both.
she's off. I was off. I said
So
it right there.
episode 321.
Yeah, wrap it up.
Ladies and gentlemen, episode 321 is now complete.
Of what? What did they just watch? This is why you can never have a podcast. Ladies and gentlemen, episode 321 of the Pregame Podcast has concluded. I am here with my amazing co-host, Queen Cheeks, a.k.a. Tia.
Queen
and then
Cheeks.
filling in for Cass, but not replacing Cass, my brother from another mother, my Liberian brother, Jamal, a.k.a. Coach Diggs.
First
Love
generation.
him. And then, again, this is our first episode in the new studio, Conversation Podcast Studio. Shout out to everybody that put this space together. It's amazing. I love it. I can't wait to do more content in this space. Y'all be good. And until next time,
We'll see you in 2 weeks.
Peace.
Peace.